There are about 10 items that you will cover for this week. So turn to that page. And for June 29th through July 2nd. Remember, Friday we are observing the 4th of July holiday. And so you won't have a class on Friday. And coming soon, you'll have your midterm. So your midterm is very important for you to cover some of the handouts that I've been giving you, including your student handbook, as well as some of the readings that you've been doing for on course. So I'll send you that link again, but follow me as we go through this today. The items. You'll encounter, in college, you will encounter what we call forks in the road. If you are ever dealing with issues or you're driving, there is a fork that I'd like to share with you. And the fork, you'll see a road that will take you this way, a road that would take you the second way, a road that would take you the third way, a road that would take you the fourth way. But it's important for you to understand that there will be distractions in your college career. And so the forks in the road is the idea that you will encounter some distractions that will throw you off your goal, your course. And it's important for you to stay on course in life, in your career. So do not follow the wrong fork in the road, because the choices you make in college can determine whether you stay or leave college. The choices you make can determine whether it's easy for you or whether it would be hard for you in college. How many of you want to succeed? Let me see your hands. You want to succeed. All of you want to succeed. And what is the answer to success? What is the answer to being successful? Yeah.
Staying driven and
Staying what?
staying driven and determined to your goal.
Staying driven and determined. So the book says motivated, staying driven, staying motivated to learn. And that is known as a soft skill. There are hard skills such as reading, writing, math. You'll doing your engineering, doing your whatever it is in your major. But the soft skills, who motivates you? You have to find a way to motivate yourself to be successful. And that's important. Self-motivation. You're the one that determines how much energy you're going to put to getting up in the morning, to go to that class, to go into that library. That library, if we are still having our semester in the clouds in the coming semester, if our semester in the clouds, you still have to go to the library online. It's important for you to study. And on your website, you'll see your book to the side. It's that little blue book. Open that book on the website. There's also dictionaries and thesaurus on there. You make use of the dictionary and the thesaurus on the website when you register for your book. All of these, and spell checks, all of these sources can help you. You have to know how to develop and motivate yourself to go to those sources so that you can indeed become a better informed student and a better student in your classes. Okay, there are 3 things that you need to become aware of. One of them is college, one of them is career, college, career, Ms. Santos, we're talking about the choices that a student makes when they encounter forks in the road of their lives. Have you present? So you have to begin to think about the choices that you make and what you need to do to stay on track with your career. The choices that you make can change your outcome. I know of many students whose outcomes have been changed as a result of them making wise choices. We offered the students opportunities to be in clubs, to be in organizations. And one student took advantage and got involved in student government. And that student government, what the information that he heard changed his life. And he became a better informed student. He even ended up getting an internship because he was active in clubs and in organizations. He found out about the opportunities that existed. And so it's just you being involved in your classroom work. You have to be involved outside of your classroom, building the soft skills that you need to be successful, getting involved in clubs, in organizations, going to various lectures and hearing various lectures on your computer or what have you. Webinars, it's very important. You asked the question last week and you worked on, who am I? Well, you're going to find out who you are by the type of involvement that you do in your lives. Who am I? Am I the type of person who's not afraid to meet other people? And if I meet other people, what are my strengths? Do I know what I need to improve about myself? What are my weaknesses? What do I need to improve about myself? That's going to be what they used to call your weaknesses. So you know, what am I good at? Those are your strengths. How many of you know what your strengths are? Write down 2 of your strengths, 2 to 3 of your strengths. Write that down. What am I good at? Then right beside it, I want you to write 3 things. What do I need to improve about myself? For me, I knew I needed to improve. I had a disdain for being treated racially different at many of my Big Ten, Pac-10 schools. I wanted to be treated equally. And I knew I had a weakness of going off on people who didn't treat me fairly. So I had to control my emotions. That was my weakness. That's what I needed to improve. And I was able to get along with people who I knew did not care for me as much as I cared for them. And so I had to understand my weaknesses and become better at growing in certain areas. You have to set your goals. If you know you're not good at setting goals, you have to work towards setting your goals. That's important. If you don't have an academic plan, develop an academic plan. If you don't have a career plan, develop a career plan. How am I going to get from here to here to here? You keep growing. You have to develop yourselves. That's important while you're in college, to have plans. If you don't have the plans, create them. Take the time to create your plans for your career. I wake up in the morning. I don't have a class until 9 o'clock. So maybe I eat breakfast. I wake up. Maybe I read. Maybe I say, well, I'm going to the library before my class. So 8:30, my class is at 9 o'clock. I'm going to the library at 8:30. I'm eating breakfast, 7:30. Develop your plan of action and get working on it. Develop your soft skills and just keep working with yourself and telling yourself, I want to be better. If you know you go to sleep too late at night, you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to go to bed earlier. Instead of going to bed at 2, I'm going to go at 12. Then after a few weeks or so of going at 12, you may find out that you'll go at 11. So you have to develop your soft skills, that motivation. You are self-motivated to do what you want to do through your plan. And then improve your hard skills. Your hard skills. You know you need to read a little faster, learn how to skim. Skim the book. Skim the material. Skim the article. So, but develop those skills. Those are your hard skills that are going to help you with in your courses. Learn how to take notes. How many of you know how to take notes? Very well, very well. So you continue to, you know how to take notes too? Yes, that's important. So those are some things that you need to do. And I'm going to give you about 10 minutes at the end of the lecture, 10 minutes, and then we'll come back on at 3 o'clock. And 3 o'clock, you're going to be, I want to hear you speaking. I want to hear you from 3 to 3:30. I want to, as many of you who are able to make that, I want to start hearing you talk about who am I and what am I headed to, what do I want to become? My major. It's important to give students an opportunity to speak. And so that's what I'm focusing on from 3 to 3:30. I'll call you back for another Zoom class so that you can start reading your one paragraph that you've written about yourself and start getting that experience to working on your affirmation boards. Start getting that experience to work on your service learning project. Your service learning project, how many points is your service learning project worth? Someone chime in. How many points is your service learning project worth?
Did you say it was either 50 or 100?
Oh, you're not looking at your sheet. A scholar always that's the handout I gave you. It's in your syllabus. And that's supposed to be on your tongue. The 8 assignments that you have to do, you should know in every class, what are my 8 assignments and when are those 8 assignments due? It's on page 3 of your syllabus, right? Someone chime in. You should know how many points you need to make an A in this class. How many points? You should know that.
The service learning project is 100 points.
Is 100 points. You miss that. What grade are you at in your syllabus? If you miss those 100 points, what grade are you at?
Wait.
You're at 350 instead of 450?
Yeah.
You're at 350. What grade do you have?
A B. A B.
Stop guessing. Stop guessing. Look at your syllabus.
No, it's a C.
A C. Correct. So you have to begin to strengthen yourself by reading your syllabus every day. You missed these are some of the forks in the road that you're missing. And you're going, You move from an A to a C because you missed one of the 8 assignments, but you missed the what? The most important assignment, which was worth 100 points. What else is worth 100 points on your syllabus? Chime in.
Participation and discussion.
What is it?
No, it's not. It's about the entries.
Very good. It's the journal entries. And how many journal entries do you have to have? You got to read your syllabus. 5. And so 5, that means they're worth 20 points apiece, correct? 5 times 20?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So if you miss 2 of them, you're not getting 100 points. You've missed 40 points. Then what else is due? You're doing well with your attendance. You're doing well with your discussion. And your participation rather. So you'll get those points. But your autobiography, you neglected to do that. Let's assume, because you all didn't neglect to do it. Let's assume you neglected to do that. How many points did you miss for that autobiography?
50.
50. So 40 plus 50 is how many points? 90. Now what grade from 450 total points, you got 90 subtracted from that? What grade do you have at the end of the summer? What grade?
B.
Okay. And you barely made it, right? 360 to 404 is a grade of B. That's right. So you have to stay on course. You have to develop yourself personally to understand, how am I being graded in this professor's class? Because this grading system is not the same as your next class. So you have to study your grading system. How many see that page there? That page is so critically important. That page of your syllabus. Do not neglect your grading. That's what the first thing you're supposed to go to. What do I have to do? Ask yourself that. And when do I have to do it? Okay? Now, can anyone tell me when is the next assignment that's due this week? Look at your syllabus again and tell me what assignment that you need to do. Those of you who are behind with your autobiography, you still can catch up and receive your points. You have to write an email to your professor and communicate that I know that I did not turn it in. May I have extra time to complete the required assignment, Professor X, Professor Y? But you cannot sit back and not write emails and communicate. Does everyone understand me? Okay, very well. What assignment that you're looking at for this week? And how many points is it worth?
Affirmation board.
The affirmation board. Very well. The affirmation board. Very well. Affirmation board. Let's see. What page is that on? Your affirmation board? What is an affirmation? We're on page 111, 111. page 111, 111 in your book on course. And you're going to write affirmations. We are what we imagine ourselves to be. That's Kurt Vonnegut Jr. We continue to be influenced by our earliest interactions with our parents. We hear their voices as our own internal self-talk. But your parents are not here with you at your college. So now you're going to have to hear your own voices. You see, you used to hear the voices of the parent. Go and study. Show me what your grades are. You heard those voices. Now, those voices function like prosodic suggestions. They often govern our lives. And that's John Bradshaw. Certain personal qualities will be necessary for you to achieve your goals. So you have dreams and you have goals. You have to stay on those dreams and stay on those goals so that you can achieve your goals. Stay on them. So that's important for you. That's another student joined us. Okay. All right. We're on page 111, and we're talking about personal affirmations, Ms. Santos.
Sir?
We're on page 111 of our textbook. Have you signed up for it just yet? Yes.
Yes, I did.
Yes. So if you can go to that page 111, go to that little blue book on the side of the website and open it to page 111, 12, and 13. And you have to develop certain personal qualities as a human being so that you can know who you are. You're creative. I'm persistent. I'm strong. I'm reaffirming myself. I focus on communication skills. I email my professors. I know what the assignments are because I want to become that dentist. I want to become that writer, that mathematician. You have to affirm yourselves. Claim your desired personal qualities. I am bold. I'm joyful. I'm generous with my time as well as my resources, my money. I'm confident. And I am a spiritual person. How many of you are spiritual? Let me see your hands. And can anyone tell me what's the chapter of the Bible that you are learning this week from your syllabus? What is the name of that book of the Bible that you are learning? Chime in.
Jonah chapter 1.
Jonah. And how many chapters? In chapter 1, but you're going to do all of the chapters. But how many is all? I'm teasing. But because Jonah, the book of Jonah has how many chapters? And nobody has been curious enough to find out? Very good, very good. I see you Googling. That's okay. I like that. How many books in Jonah? How many chapters, rather? Mm-hmm. How many chapters? Very good, very good. Say it louder. 4. So you can read those 4, right? What happened in chapter 1? What happened in chapter 2? What happened in chapter 3? What happened in the 4th, the last chapter? Did I send you a YouTube so that you can watch it as well as read it? I sent you that link. So take advantage of those links. I'm spending a lot of time doing that research for you. Okay. I want you to become very successful. You have a lot of resources here. Affirmation helps us breathe life into personal qualities that we choose to strengthen. So you want to focus on your affirmations. Once you read Jonah, you'll understand a little more. Adopt new beliefs. Affirm yourself. Okay, we have about 10 minutes before we go into a little break, and then you will come back at 3 o'clock. I'll send you another link so that we can finish up our discussion. Are any of you born to lose? The chapter asks, are any of you born to lose? Very good. Yeah, doing like no. Okay. No. Well, don't put negative tattoos or marks on your body, reminding yourself of negative things. You're supposed to affirm yourself, positive things. Born to lose, I'm a savage. I see some people with that on their bodies. I'm a savage. What is that all about? I'm a savage. And then gangster. That's not affirming yourself in a positive way, because a savage culture means you're in the jungle. That's where things are now. The jungle, we're trying to get students out of the jungle mentality. And the gangster era has gone. That has passed us by in the early 2000s. And you remember when culture went from 1960s to bad to tough to from tough to gangster, because a lot of gangs were existing in culture and they wore different colors and that type of thing. And then the next generation in the 1990s exploded. I'm about to blow up. I'm about to explode. I'm about to blow up, culture. So after the gangsters brought the blowing up, the next generation couldn't use that. And so now they think that they're in a savage culture. And we're trying to make students aware of positive, living in an affirmative world, and what they must do to repeat their affirmations. Affirmation is self-talk in its highest form. Self-talk, T-A-L-K. So when you talk, you're supposed to talk in the highest form to affirm yourself. Align your words in positive ways. That's what the book says. Hargrove is not saying it. That's what the book says, that you are to align your words in positive ways. And practice doing affirmative words. And replace some of your old stale words, your worn out words that create the negative mindset, because you want to create a positive mindset. So you got to get rid of the old words and create, because you want to create new ideas and form new concepts of behaving. And so you will create your affirmation boards, and they will be due Friday. I say Friday because I want to give you opportunity to get them in Thursday night, but there may be some students who may get them in Friday. We won't be in school Friday, but some students like to take their time, and they have the right to email their professor to let them know how their time when they'll get the assignments in. Okay? That's communication. In this activity, you will create a personal affirmation, and if you repeat your affirmation long enough, it will help you to make wise choices that will strengthen the personal qualities needed to achieve your goals and your dreams. So that's what it's about. Write a list of your personal qualities, and this is on page 114. That's educating you about it. But you're the creative person, so you don't have to do this. You may already know how you want to do yours. How many of you have seen the example that I sent you, the link of the example that I sent you about the affirmation board? How many of you got a chance to click it? Very well. You don't have to do yours like that student, but it's just an idea. And you got to talk about it. So I don't know if you want to talk about it as your video is going on. Students are so creative. I hate to mention anything like that because I don't want them doing what old school is telling them. I want them new schooling the affirmation boards or affirmation. Okay? Everybody got that? Yes. So we'll work on that. I'm strong. I'm intelligent. I'm persistent. Students may have some videos showing about I'm strong. I'm persistent. They may, if that's their quality. So you come up with your own qualities, and then you share those qualities by electronic means. Any questions? Any preguntas? Any questions? No questions? Well, all right. You take a break for a little while, and then I'll get right back with you at 3 o'clock, and we will hear your presentations that you have on your various assignments. Or if you have any questions about your assignments or how to get on your book. How many of you have gotten a chance to actually go through your student handbook? Have you gotten a chance to go through your student handbook yet? I sent you that electronic link. All you have to do is click it and go to Roman numeral 5 and Roman numeral 6. Okay? And then we'll talk about Clary in the next session.